Oh boy. Oh boy. What are we getting ourselves into here, chat? What are we getting ourselves into here? So the context behind this, I've reacted to Summer on FishTank before. I've reacted to her stuff. And she messaged me at some point on Instagram, I want to say a week ago, saying that she wanted to come on. Now the summer arc for when I was watching her was kind of like going from, oh, she's cute. She's beautiful princess disorder queen to, oh, she has BPD. She seems like a nightmare. But I guess she messaged me. She wants to come on stream and talk about it. I don't know exactly everything she can talk about. I don't know if she can talk about the voicemails too much, or I guess she made some allegations recently. I don't even know the details on that one completely, but I messaged her. We're gonna see what happens. Boys. Here we go. She messaged me at 9:30 and said she was around. So it's only been like 20 minutes. Bulgarians don't have Riz. True. On your Destiny arc, it's not like that. There will be no tomfoolery going on. Okay, I promise. No tomfoolery whatsoever. Because I just I'm trying to exercise some minimal self-preservation at the very least, if I can, not be completely self-destructive. But it's fun from time to time. Just kidding. Or is it? I guess I'll just call her. Whatever. She's not picking up. Damn. Am I getting stood up right now? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just talk to you guys until she joins the call. Let's see here. Famous Christian streamer Donald Duck. Have you seen Destiny Ben Shapiro debate? I actually have not watched that yet. I got it though. I'm probably gonna be watching that in my car ride tomorrow. Yeah, I will be. It will happen. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm kind of nervous, honestly. I'm gonna try to stay away from anything too raunchy, saucy in the beginning, at least. I don't want to. Oh, she said hello. Here we go, bro. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How's it going? What's up?
Pretty good. Not a lot's going on right now.
Nice. How's your time been since you got off FishTank?
It's been okay. I've been working a lot on my mental health and stuff.
All right, hold on. Let me put this on the screen so people can actually see it. All right, what's up, Summer? How's life? How's it hanging? Working on your mental health? That's good to hear.
Yeah. So I've been exercising every day by taking walks, and I do meditation, and been reading some self-help books.
That's good.
Just making art and stuff. Like I've been making these bracelets, and that kind of helps me get my mind off everything.
That's good. Yeah. What exactly went down on the show? I saw you're having kind of a rough time there. I kind of felt bad for you. What went down that like contributed to such a negative mental state?
Yeah. So I think it was a few things, but I think the TTS really started to get to me. Also, I guess the challenges, I felt like in my workout challenge specifically, I felt like I was pushed harder than anyone else was. My workout was 45 minutes and everybody else's was about like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I didn't give up, and I pushed myself until I was crying and throwing up. So I'm at least proud that I didn't give up.
Yeah. Do you regret going on the show now just because of like how much you went through with it?
I don't regret going on the show. I think that it opened up a lot of opportunities for me, like having this interview right now. And it gave me things that I would never have without it. So even though I had kind of a time, as everybody saw, I'm at least glad that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone and did something scary.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, it definitely seems scary. I've seen the house. I saw the season 1 house, and it was pretty terrifying when I was there. I got nervous for some reason when I was in there, which I never get. So definitely I can sense the chaos. Yeah.
Just kind of feel around you.
Yeah, there's a strange energy in that house for sure. Kind of dark. How do you feel about the other contestants? I know you and Brian got into some on the show, but it looked like you guys kind of made up at the end a little bit.
Yeah. Say the people I didn't like when I was there were Trish and Brian, but I think that was just because of the stress of the show. Like when Brian screamed in my face, that was a moment for me where first of all, I learned to shut the f up. And second of all, I became a little scared of Brian, but he reached out to me after show, and he kind of was like, hey man, production told me to do it, I'm sorry that I yelled at you. And I'm like, it's okay, because technically I was yelling first, so I deserved it, and it's kind of what I needed to ground myself. So there's no hard feelings for anyone who is on the show. Like, I wish them all the best. They're cool people in real life.
You say production told him to do it. Is that a big thing in the show? Does production try to encourage you guys a lot to fight or whatever?
I guess so. They never really encouraged me to fight with anyone, but then again, I was only there for 5 days. But I think production told me to is like the catchphrase of season 2, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, season 2 got off to a bang. I feel like season 1, when I was watching it, at least everybody lasted at least a few weeks before it really started going down. But season 2 just started off, and it was kind of craziness right away.
It's like right from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, scary. So I don't know how much you want to talk about it. I know we talked about it a little in DMs. Can you talk about any of the more, I don't know, spicy stuff you've been talking about a little bit? I know there was these voicemails that came out that I didn't know if they were real or not, but they sounded pretty real, and that's just like expert AI. And then there was you did some stream the other day that I keep hearing about, but I haven't actually watched it yet. Can you talk about what the deal is with any of that?
I've been advised by my lawyer not to comment on a lot of things while there's an ongoing investigation. So there's not a lot that I can say, but I will say that I can't talk about the voicemails. The only person who knows if they're real or fake is Jet. So I would highly encourage the people curious to hound Jet about it instead of me, because you're never going to get an answer from me. I'll also say about the live that I did do that in a manic state, unfortunately, but I do believe everything that I said. And I don't really want to comment more on it because there is an investigation. But that's what I have to say about it, basically.
Okay. Do you know how those voicemails got out?
I was told that they were leaked without his knowledge. Do I believe that? No.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess you and Jet are not on good terms or something. You guys aren't hanging out. You guys aren't playing Fortnite together?
I think he's a little inept, to say the least. I think he's kind of in over his head with this FishTank thing, and I hope he can float above the waters and figure it out.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I guess with that being said, with the negative stuff sort of out of the way, what are your plans post show? Are you trying to I hung out with John a little bit from season 1. He's trying to start his own little YouTube career, basically. Are you trying to do that too?
Yeah. My goal since going on the show was to be a content creator, and that hasn't changed. I want to do like YouTube videos, live streams, like video blogs, art, music, maybe some writing. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm excited to get into. And I think that being on FishTank, despite all the crazy like haters it brought on a lot of genuine, good-hearted people who see who I am and who want to stand by me. And that's like all I could have really asked for. So I'm happy about that. And I'm happy that I have a small audience now that I can make content for, I guess.
Yeah. Why did you want to go on the show in the first place? Are you like a big MDE fan?
Yeah. So I was a giant. I'm pretty much like the fangirl. I got into them around like, I guess 2020. I saw the TED Talk first, and I kind of became obsessed with Sam's sense of humor because it's very similar to the kind of humor that I want to do, save for maybe some racist jokes that I honestly just don't find that funny. I think it's cool to be funny, but sometimes you have to realize when you're just like preaching to the choir. Yeah, I was a huge MD fan. Like, I saw World Peace like 20 times. Like, I have that show memorized. I was subscribed to the Gumroad, so I was also watching the Perfect Guy Life podcasts. I would listen to those when I was getting ready in the morning. My roommate like made fun of me. She's like, "Why do you have to always have men talking when you're doing something?" I'm like, I have no idea. But I guess since the show, I'll probably start watching different content.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess that makes sense given your experience. Why did you want to go on the show in the first place? I'm trying to get my head in the perspective of somebody who would want to go on that show, because it seems like kind of mean, obviously it's funny for the viewers, but for those involved, it seems like kind of a toxic. I mean, I hate the word toxic, but toxic place to be.
Right. There's no other way to put it. So I would say my biggest dream in life, and it sounds insane, and it is insane, was to be on FishTank. I didn't watch it live. I only watched the edited episodes, which are a lot more tame, I think. So it gave me a certain idea of what it would be like. But I would watch it with my friends. They would always tell me I would be good on it. And like, it was just my biggest dream to like go on FishTank and have a new experience and kind of push myself in an exposure therapy kind of way, because I have anxiety and I wanted to gain control over that basically. And in my head, it was just going to be like a giant crazy way to do exposure therapy and also to probably gain a small audience for content creating.
Right. Well, I guess you got that a little bit. Are there any upcoming collabs planned with the other people? Maybe I don't know, Josie or someone. I feel like you guys probably get along.
Yeah, anything planned, but I love Josie. She was really sweet to me when I was on the show, and I was kind of starstruck to meet her because I was like a fan of season 1. So trying to pretend like I didn't know who Josie was at first was really difficult. Like at one point I called JC Josie because I thought I was the plant. We all thought we were the plant. So I accidentally called JC Josie, and I was like, I hope no one heard that.
What do you mean by the plant?
So I was told that I was the only person who knew about FishTank and MDE.
Oh, okay.
And that I would need to hide that and play the game as an infiltrator. And I think that contributed to a lot of my mental breakdown too, because it wasn't true, but I was convinced that I was the only infiltrator, so I had to play the game a certain way, and that kind of screwed me up. My strategy was to gaslight myself into thinking I didn't know what FishTank was.
Right.
And I kind of succeeded. Like, I was convincing myself, but that made me go like absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Because I guess they
I
said that
think
to everyone who went on, right?
most everyone.
Yeah. Was there anyone there who actually didn't know about any of it?
There were 2 people who didn't know, but I don't think I'm allowed to say. But it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious who didn't know.
Okay, gotcha.
There's 2 of them.
All right, well, shout out if anyone in chat wants to guess. You can cast your bets right now. But yeah, okay, well, that's cool. I guess if you can't get into any of the more negative stuff on that side, one thing I wanted to ask about is I've seen you posting about getting like doxxed or whatever, or getting your accounts hacked. How real is all of that?
Yeah, so by the time that I left FishTank and went to the emergency room, my accounts started to get hacked. I had a pretty easy to guess password. So my Instagram, my Twitter, my SoundCloud, all of those got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
I think my Gmail and my iCloud too got hacked. It took me a while to get them back because I was in a hospital, so they wouldn't let me have my phone. But I eventually changed all my passwords, set up 2-factor. So my accounts are mine now. I thought I got hacked again, but I think it was just like a doctored tweet that someone made on like 4chan or something. But right now, accounts are hacked. It's all summer, baby.
Okay, that's good. So only original summer content. I noticed you post a lot of Instagram stories. You post like 100 stories a day. What's going on there?
Images, bro. I'm obsessed with images.
Okay.
If I could post images all day long, I would be happy.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting.
I'm just kind of annoying about it.
A lot of people in chat are saying that you need to be fixed. Do you think someone needs to come and fix you, Summer? Who could fix you? I don't think like that. No, I think they mean like they're gonna like cure your emotional distress and mental illness and make you normal again.
I don't think a man could do that. I think that has to come from me and me alone.
Okay.
You know?
Well, that's a very
Nobody
mature
else.
way to look at it, I guess. Interesting. Nobody could fix you. Nobody. Not listen.
No,
if one of my chatters wanted to go on a date with you, you don't think that they could fix you?
I don't think they're ever going to go on a date with me.
Why not? There's 1,000 people in this chat. Any one of them could be your ideal man.
I don't have a specific idea of an ideal man right now. I'm just kind of working on myself.
Okay. Well, I promise you, there's lots of overweight Fortnite playing neckbeards in my chat who would love to go on a date with you. So if you're ever looking for a boyfriend, let me know. I'll hook you up with one of them. It'll be great content for your streams too. Okay, people will love it. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Okay, maybe.
Okay. I should probably actually quiz chat and see if they have any questions specifically. Chat, if you guys have questions, let me know. If you have something you wanna ask her. While we wait for them to roll in, what is that?
This is my doll. Her name is Skylar. I collect fashion dolls.
I think I know what that is actually. Is that
Rainbow hat.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's really popular with the kids right now. I love how they have like real inset eyes and eyelashes. Oh my god, they're just like so pretty. I put this clip in her hair. I like to dress them up and make them my own. Because I never like out of the box.
I know all about the rainbow high, the shadow high, the monster high. I have trauma from all of that. Oh my god.
Oh, you have trauma. I'm so sorry.
So much trauma.
I'd just be off some things. But whoever ruined it for you.
So it says, what's your shoe size?
7.5.
Summer says, Summer, why stay online when you should be focusing on your health? You think the internet's good for you?
So I think both things can be true at the same time, right? Like maybe I shouldn't spend so much time on it, but maybe it's also good for me to spend time on it because it opens me up to more supporters and it also helps me build my brand. Because my goal is still to be a content creator and I am making a decent amount of money off of it already. So I know people want me to just get offline, but I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. I've been online since I was 10 years old. Like, there's no stopping this train.
You don't think that's part of the problem? I feel like the internet made me worse.
Yeah. It made all of us worse. We're degenerates, all of us.
Someone says, ask about detransitioning or lube cooch. What the f is this?
Okay, I can talk about detransitioning if you want.
Did you detransition?
Kind of, but I never took hormones.
Oh, okay.
I identified as a trans boy when I was like 14 to 16. And people like found my old Twitter. That's why they're asking. There's not a lot I can say about it other than that I was wrong. And I fell into a group made up of mostly other trans kids. And I think I was very easily influenced by them. And I was also struggling with my sexuality. Like, I'm bisexual and I'm also Christian. So I've always struggled with liking girls and hating myself because of it. And I think me identifying as trans was mostly coming from a place of I can be straight if I'm a boy, which is so not true. And I'm really glad that I never took hormones. I'm glad that I figured out I was wrong. When I told my friends that I wasn't actually trans, I did lose every single one of them because they had a certain agenda they wanted to push, and I went against that agenda. But all in all, I think it was a good experience for me. Like, yeah, it's awkward to identify as a boy when you're clearly not. Like, obviously it was an awkward time for me, but I think that I became stronger because of it. And I also gained a lot of knowledge about, like, I guess, trans stuff and kind of formed my own opinions now. And yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I've had some people in my chat definitely asking for that. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff like that. Someone says Flamenco said he could fix her. Flamenco can't even fix himself. He's 35 and has no money. Let's see here. Addie with a Y says, Summer, girly, can we be friends? We're literally the same.
We can be friends.
Yeah.
I like girls are fun.
There you go. Addie, hit her up on Instagram.
Yeah, wherever. We'll be friends. We can talk about dolls and like leg warmers and fashion.
Chunk said, ask her what she thinks about the swamp magic. What is the swamp magic?
Okay, so swamp magic is a bit that Sam Hyde does where he sprinkles garlic salt on you to cure you of your mental illness.
Did it work?
If you were did it work? You tell me. No, it didn't work. I left like the day after he did it on me, but it was funny. Like I was giggling. I thought it was a really good bit.
Okay, gotcha. Smaggle, I'm not asking that, you freak. Ask her if she listens to Drain Gang.
I listened to like one song because he did a collab with who? I don't. Not really. Basically.
Young Lean or something. I don't even know. Ask if she thinks that her reputation will be forever tied to her time on FishTank.
I don't think so. I think I'm a strong person who can move past it, and I think there are good people in this world who will see that I'm so much more than what I was on FishTank.
Okay, gotcha. Ask her why Brian called her a coal burner. Why did he say that?
I had a biracial boyfriend for 2 years when I was 16, and he was black and white. So lots of people say that about me. I learned to not let it bother me because I know I'm not a whore. And if other people call me that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm literally not. So that doesn't bother me. I mean, there are girls on that show who are whores.
Like who?
Go after them.
Like who?
I'm not saying, but they know.
Come on. They're not going to get you. You're out of the tank now. They're not going to get you.
I kind of think Trish is a bit of a loose woman.
Is that Brian's girl?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they had sex with each other, like, on day 2, I think they... If I was on the show right now, I would tell you, yeah, they're both whores. But now that I'm off the show, I will say they're both lovely people who have a lot to offer the world, and I wish them the best.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Someone says, how many relationships has she been in? So many people are asking to join the call right now. You guys are not joining the call, dude. No.
They want it. Something. How many relationships? I don't really count. Like, I usually would get into... I'm like a serial monogamist. So I would get into a 2-year relationship, get out, next person 2 years. I would say like maybe 4 boyfriends and maybe 2 or 3 girlfriends.
Gotcha. Ask her why Vance had tears streaming down his face. Did that happen?
Yeah, Vance was crying when I left the show. Maybe he was just sad because I was acting out in a way that wasn't mentally stable, but I don't know why he was crying per se. Yeah. All I know is that he was simply crying.
So this is, what's her plan if YouTube doesn't work out? I guess what were you doing before the show? Are you in college or something, or were you, what are you up to?
Before the show, I was a full-time baker at like a grocery store. So baking is kind of my passion. I have a job interview lined up at a salon right now. So I'm trying to like work part-time and do the Ko-fi stuff that I'm doing. If it doesn't work out, I'm just going to keep trying. Like I'll still make like funny posts and like selfies and like video blogs just because it's fun for me. Even if nobody else is interested, I'll be streaming.
Gotcha. Someone says, ask her what she did with Shinji in the bathroom.
Yeah. So we had a talk about his time as a sex worker. And I expressed worry and concern for him. And he told me about his experiences as a prostitute in Japan. And I was telling him, you need to be really careful because you could have been murdered. Like, you have no idea what those people are capable of. I was just trying to get through to him, like, hey, I know it's cool to be a star, but there are many people who will take advantage of you, and you should be careful. And that's basically all we talked about. And then he hugged me because I was crying, and then we left.
Yeah, it's crazy when he was on the show talking about how he does. That like shocked me.
It concerns me because I don't think he realizes how dangerous people who work in that field are. So I was really trying to get through to him, like, you need to protect yourself because people are bad. Yeah.
I mean, the industry in general seems to be kind of an evil place for pretty much everyone involved. And it's exploitative. Yeah. Well, also, the girls that are involved don't seem to be having a fun time, even when they think they are. It doesn't seem to be going that well for them.
But it's nothing more than a pretty lie. Like, that will destroy your brain. Like, it's just not good.
The real Matt Damon. Shout out Matt Damon in chat says, "What does Airsoft Fatty smell like in person?"
I didn't meet Airsoft Fatty.
Yeah, there you go. He came on, I think, right after you left, basically. Let's see here. I think that's probably all the questions I have for right now. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? Since obviously you said that you thought I was looking for you, which I was a little bit, but I had never actually messaged you on Instagram. But is there anything you want to talk about specifically to like share with the audience a little bit or tell them about yourselves?
Sure. I kind of want to put a message out there where something I've learned from my time on FishTank that I think is important for other people to learn is to not let your past control you. When I told my life story, it was very focused on everything traumatic and horrible that had happened to me. Because I was put on the spot, I didn't even stop to think, hey, there's a lot of good things in my life that I could be talking about right now, but I didn't. And I do regret that. So I want to say, like, don't mythologize your sadness. Don't, like, everybody has been abused. Everybody has trauma. Everybody has that destroys them mentally. But the only way you can move past that is by just don't think about it. That's not to say to completely ignore it forever. You do need to work through it at some point with a therapist. But if you're sitting around all day thinking about everything bad that happened to you, you're only going to get worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's advice I try to give people a lot. Just stop ruminating and dwelling. You just gotta move on.
Like, if something bad happens, don't sit down and tell yourself that you're bad and stupid. That's literally so counterproductive. And that's what a lot of us, like, mentally ill people struggle with. And I kind of want to use my platform to talk more about mental health and, like, what I've learned to help cope with my own. That includes not mythologizing my sadness, not sitting around thinking about it, not putting myself down. Like, if you're a person, I have a friend who is a really good friend. I don't know if he's watching. This isn't bad, but the second he messes up at work or something, he comes to me and tells me, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did this. I'm never going to be loved. Like, don't do that. That is the thing that holds you back. If you think it's yourself holding you back, that's true, but you need to forgive yourself. And if you don't, you're only going to repeat the same patterns over and over again. You have to learn how to forgive yourself for being stupid.
Gotcha. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's a good message.
Thank you.
Someone says, do you hate Sam Hyde?
I wouldn't say I hate anybody.
Okay.
I just think that he's struggling. I think that he's been hurt in the past, and maybe that causes him to do some of the things that he does. And I hope that he gets better, and I really hope that he finds support, because everybody deserves to have a supportive circle.
He's hurt? What do you mean by that?
So there was a moment at the Reef, which is what we called the bar in FishTank, where we sat around drinking, and he told me a story about his stepfather, Ernie, and how he has been abused in the past and how he still has scars on his head from being abused. And I thought it was really brave of him to tell that story, especially on live. And it made me gain a little bit of respect for him back. I just think that hurt people. And I think that he should look into maybe therapy, or, not saying you have to go on meds and prescribe to the psyop that is mental health care. But I do think that you can find a good therapist who will help you, and it will help you reset your mind, I guess.
Are you sure that story wasn't fake or something? Doesn't he like to lie a lot?
I know he likes to lie, but I had no reason to believe it was fake. I 100% believe he was telling the truth. I also think that he didn't want to tell that story, which is what I believe it. Is that he's never told anyone before. And he only told it to me at the bar for a reason. And I think that reason, he succeeded. He succeeded in what he meant to do. And I do feel sorry for him, and I do hope that he is doing better.
What do you mean by hurt people? You mean like hurting people through the show or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. So you think the show is sort of I don't know, unethical or something?
I think the show, while I'm really grateful that I got to go on and I'm a big fan of it still, I think that it takes advantage of mentally ill people. And, you know, he knows, I mean, he knows that the contestants have mental illnesses before they sign up. It's one of the questions that were asked. And I think the show would benefit from professional casting, as Sam has said himself. I think everybody can agree it needs to be casted better. And that's all I can really say. I mean, I don't run the show, so there's nothing I could do to change how it is. That's all up to Sam and Jet. That's not up to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the case. I guess my position on it is just, I mean, people will agree to go on the show, right? It's their choice to go on. So if they end up going on to up, it's like it's their fault, you know?
It's not necessarily their fault because I don't think any of us knew the extent of what it would be. Like, I watched season 1, yes, but season 1 was heavily edited on YouTube to fit terms of service, right? And I didn't watch it live. I watched most of it, not the past 2 episodes. I watched most of it on YouTube. So I do believe that, while it's true that we signed up to be tortured and abused or whatever. That was our choice, yes. But I still think that we did not know the extent of which, you know, like TTS, stuff like that. Maybe I thought I could handle it, but clearly I couldn't. And that was just my bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But I guess to me, it's like you didn't get tortured in a dungeon or anything. It's mostly just, I mean, it's people being really nasty in chat or whatever, right? Or it's
Do you really think that all the TTS are people spending $60, or do you think that production sends TTS as well?
Yeah, they might send some of them, sure. But I mean, they're just trying to get entertaining reactions out of you guys, right?
Sure, maybe it's for entertainment, but I think the larger part of it is that they want to break people. That way.
Well, I guess that's the entertainment. Yeah.
That way the show moves forward. You know, if people leave, the show moves forward. Their job is to get us to leave.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They did move it forward. I guess you're right there.
I was pushed to an extent that I wasn't expecting to be pushed to, and I had a psychotic break, and then I was forced to leave. So that's kind of, that's just how it is. It's good for the show, so...
Yeah, I guess maybe in retrospect, I know you don't regret going on. I think maybe you probably shouldn't have gone on. I think it probably wasn't good for you, you know?
Most people in my life have told me that, but I was very stubborn about going on because I was only thinking about the opportunities I would have afterwards. And also, I was a huge Sam fangirl, and I wanted to meet my hero. Like, I always wanted to kind of do his style of comedy. I always supported him through so much. Like, he knows this. I told him, like, dude, I'm your biggest fan. There's nothing you can do that's going to make me hate you. And I still believe in that, but I am never working with Sam again. Mm-hmm. That's not happening.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people believe the allegations, I guess, you made on your Instagram live are false. Do you want to talk about that at all?
So there's not a lot I can say because it is an ongoing investigation with police right now. But I will tell you that everything I said, while I regret saying it because it opened me up to backlash, everything I said is 100% what I remember and what I believe.
Okay, gotcha.
Back at home was sort of destroyed by false allegations. Like, I broke up with a BPD bitch, and she went to all my friends and did what BPD girls do and lied about me. I don't have BPD, contrary to popular belief, and my therapist can vouch for that. Not that you guys get to talk to her. I will say that people who make false allegations suck, and they should be in prison. I think that is abhorrent, and I would never do something like that. I would never come out with that if I wasn't 100% sure. However, I wish I didn't go live. I was scrolling the threads and going a little manic because of it. And it would have been in my best interest if I said nothing at all.
When you say threads, do you mean like Twitter threads or 4chan or something?
4chan, yeah. I stopped looking at it now because it's just like poisoning my brain more. But I was kind of triggered by the 4chan and I was like, I have to say something. But in reality, I probably should have said nothing.
Gotcha. I thought, I guess you don't want to talk about the voicemails. I thought in the voicemails you said you had BPD or something, but maybe I'm misremembering. But I thought you said that.
So I will tell you that I was diagnosed with adolescent BPD when I was 16. However, that diagnosis expires at the age of 18, and it has not been re-diagnosed because a lot of the symptoms of BPD are congruent with the symptoms of trauma. And because I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD, that's what the behavior that you're seeing that looks like BPD. Yes, it's very similar, but the fact is that those symptoms of PTSD and BPD overlap.
Okay. So you do have PTSD for sure.
Yeah, I have diagnosed PTSD.
Okay. Can you talk about what, like, I guess what caused that, like Vietnam or something?
Okay, so it's kind of dark, so I shouldn't get too much into it, but I've been diagnosed with PTSD since I was like 16, and the reason for that is that I've been multiple times in my life. The first time I was 6 years old, the next time I was 8, the next time it was a family friend. It's just something that has been a pattern in my life that I'm trying to move past now, but my PTSD is a result of sexual abuse, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see here. A lot of people in chat talking about BPD.
I'm shared diagnosers.
Yeah, for sure. So does this mean you've actually spoken to like a police department or something, or some kind of like an officer of the release and filed a report?
Multiple, yes.
Okay.
The report has.
In the state of Rhode Island?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think there's going to be actual progress with that investigation?
I don't know. There's a certain point where I realize the amount of backlash I'll get and the amount of reliving my trauma that I would have to do. That discourages me from going forward. Like, I'm at a point where I'm like, if the hate I'm getting right now is already too much, is it even worth going all the way, or should I just forgive and forget? So that's kind of my mindset right now.
Okay. Someone says, ask her about Sam funding the hospital. Does Sam fund a hospital? I don't actually know what this is.
I've heard about that. I believe that Sam's dad is a doctor who has some connections with hospitals, and I do believe that he funds the hospital that I was staying at. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just my speculation. But the Kent hospital that I stayed at was very, very, very sketchy, and I had traumatic things happen to me while I was there. Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, you can paste them in chat and we'll go over them. Yeah, nice. Thank you for coming on, by the way. I appreciate it. I know it's a strenuous time.
Me and my roommate used to watch your videos and like laugh at people together. So it's so cool to like talk to you.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, they're definitely. I see a lot of girls that look like you watching my videos. So no offense. I see them.
I'm just another drop in the ocean. I know that.
Just a drop in the bucket. You're nothing. You're nothing to the true turkey tommers. Let's see here. Ask lube cooch, real or fake. I don't know what the lube cooch thing is, dude.
I know what it is, but I don't know if it's real or fake. It's about one of the contestants. He like had some sort of account somewhere that said some suspicious stuff. I don't know.
Which contestant?
I believe it's TJ.
What suspicious stuff are we talking about here?
Apparently some horse. I think that's what Jimmy told me. I only know what Jimmy told me about Luke Cage, honestly. And I'm not saying anything because I met TJ and he's a cool person. So I'm not going to say anything that's going to disparage him.
Okay.
He's like legit. He's a legit dude.
Gotcha.
I just don't know none of my business what he posts about.
Gotcha. All right. Last question. We'll end it on a nice one. What music does she like to listen to, and what music does she plan on making?
Yay! So I really like Elliott Smith. He's my favorite singer-songwriter. I also love the avant-garde band Shoo Shoo. I like punk music. I like indie rock. I plan on making more ukulele covers as I've been doing, but I want to branch out into guitar and bass because I've had some practice with that. The kind of music I would ideally like to make, I really like Girlwood. That's like a girl punk band where she's just like screaming and in pain the whole time. I love stuff that sounds like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You probably would like Mitski or whatever that is.
Yeah, I love Mitski.
Hold on, let me guess. Melanie Martinez.
You know, I was into her before the baby.
Okay, let's see. My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, I like My Bloody Valentine.
Okay.
I love
Duster.
What was that? Sorry.
Duster.
Yeah, I love Guster. I did a Guster cover on my SoundCloud.
Deftones. Okay.
You tell me.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh my god. Okay, nice.
Read.
No, I like Deftones too. I get it. Okay, cool.
That's what's up.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with before I hang up?
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm a big fan, and it meant a lot to me. If anyone wants to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, it's just Clover Nico with 2 O's on Twitter, and then clovernico.mpeg on Instagram. And stay tuned, because I have a lot of exciting content planned that I think you're going to like.
Gotcha. Okay. Shout out. You guys can all check that out. Thank you for coming on, Summer. Have a good one.
You too.
Bruh. I mean, she was nice. She was nice, dude. She was nice. What the f is up with the allegations? She was nice, okay? She was nice. She's brave for coming on. Hopefully she's not making false allegations or whatever. That would be very dark if that's what was going on here, dude. And be sure to become a member. For $5 a month, they get the members only podcasts and exclusive videos that only members get. Thanks so much for your support.
Rise forever.